This is a very solid week. I gotta say, our times are getting tighter between our number 1 finisher and our number 16 finisher, and I think you gotta really credit the level creators this week for making levels that, while beatable, are still challenging. And I think, I mean, me and Pi talked about it earlier. This week so far is definitely the highlight week level wise, and I'm really excited to get a level creator on here for this interview as well. That's going to be really fun. Although we did have Pi on the whole time, so we had that great. We had that amazing level creator, Chronic's favorite level creator of all time now.
With that, I have Linkums, the creator of Level 8, here, and let's bring him in. Are you ready for this, Pooh?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Excited.
Linkums, can you hear me?
Can hear you. How's it going?
All right, man. Welcome, Linkums. For those who don't know, Linkums created Level 8 for this week's race. And how did you feel about it? Finally seeing the racers play through your level, was it what you expected? Were you happy with the results? Were you surprised that they did anything, that you weren't expecting to get through a section?
It's about what I expected, actually. It was actually hard for me to follow since the 4 different, or I guess 3 different paths you could take, and everybody was doing something different, so it was I was just trying to watch everybody at once, but yeah, I've been looking forward to watching them play it for like past week and a half now, so it's good to finally see it out there.
Take me through your mindset, I guess, in creating this week's level with the Zelda theme. Does having the theme almost make it harder or easier to create a race level?
Well, for me, I actually had brainstormed some gameplay ideas before I was even sure if I was one of the Mario Maker Mondays creators. So I had the spiny carrying stuff concept already, and then I just had to fit it into a Zelda theme once I knew what the theme was. And just sort of worked around that. One of the biggest struggles then was making the boss, because I'm not usually that good at making bosses, so I focused on that first, or second technically, to make sure I had time and space to put that in there. And then dealing with the problem of coins resetting after you get them all. That was the other big challenge that I had to deal with, because I wanted to have something like that for a Zelda level.
I gotta say, the way you used checkpoints was probably the coolest, and we talked about this in testing, but I have never seen that before, and I just thought that was such a cool way. You essentially created 4 sections to your level and really cheated the system on how many checkpoints they allow you to have, and I thought that was a very genius move. Have you seen that before? Did you come up with that yourself, or
I
where
had
did you get
not
that?
seen it before. I came up with it myself. However, I was mentioning it to some people in the chat on Discord, actually, and a couple of them actually had seen it before. So it apparently has been done, I just didn't know about it. But yeah, and it works pretty well. There are some limitations to it that I probably shouldn't share now that the race is still going. But it does have limitations, so don't go out and use it, everybody. There are a couple flaws to the idea, but for a race setting it works pretty well, I think.
Yeah.
So walk us through this. You made a level week 1, and you obviously have, this week 3 level that you made. What was kind of like the process? Did you take a lot of feedback from that week 1 level to get back, this is what the racers are liking about it, this is what they don't like, this is what I'm going to kind of tweak for my second round at this? What was like the big takeaway from week 1 into week 3?
Yeah, I did actually learn from that, because usually my method for level creation is I find some sort of lesser-known gameplay mechanic, and then I design a whole level around it and just see all the different things I can do with that gimmick. And with my week 1 level, I didn't quite do that as much as I usually do. With that one, I just had more of a design theme rather than a gameplay theme, with Fat Mario getting skinny. And so that was a little bit of a departure from my usual thing, and like I have an IRL friend that tested it for me, Crusher Pants, and he sort of gave me the feedback too, like you should probably go back to your usual style, just focus on an obscure gimmick and make a level with that. And I was thinking, yeah, that's probably a good idea, so that's what I did with week 3. just do something weird and make a level with it.
Have you found yourself? Did you find yourself at all changing your level too? Because it is a competition between the level creators too. Still, obviously we all want the race to be great, but at the same time, you still want to win that voting for best level. Did you include anything that you knew a racer would like? You know, at all? Did you think to yourself, oh, Chronic's really gonna like this, or oh, this guy's really gonna like this? Does that ever come into play, or are you just trying to make something that you think is cool?
I didn't do anything with any particular racer in mind. I did do certain things with the race in general in mind, like the save point being a risk-reward kind of thing. I did that with the race in mind. I did the, it was a more minor thing, but the mushroom at the very beginning of the level, that's kind of optional and takes a little bit of time, so that was also a risk and reward kind of thing. You could try to not get it and save a little bit of time. And then the other main thing I did was, after last week, with everybody getting super salty about level 7, which also had Spinies last week, I already had most of my level put together at that point, and so I was really worried somebody else did a Spiny gimmick level. And so there were just a couple parts in my level that I ended up redesigning because I didn't want them to resemble that level at all. I wanted to do something entirely different. Okay. So that's the main thing I changed, really. I didn't do anything specifically for any particular runner. I didn't want it to be a race-friendly level. Another thing, I guess, was making it a little easier than I would have, so.
I was gonna say is that, you know, something that I'm conversing with these level creators each and every week, you know, making sure I'm I guess the final guide. They test amongst themselves and a few other people, and then the final product gets pushed to me, and then I have to make the call on most of these. And you know, everyone really is working together, you know, there is this competition that, you know, I'm sure people would love to go to TwitchCon, you know, for free, sponsored by Twitch. You know, the level creator does get to do that. Just throwing that out there. But you know,
don't forget to vote.
They really are working together to, you know, they want this to be a good product for everybody. They want all the levels to be great. Yeah. And you guys are working together to test the levels. And, you know, I think that's really awesome. And a few people are like, I don't even care. I just want it, you know, my level to be seen and for it to be good, and so that everybody else enjoys it more than anything. So that is like really cool to see from my side of things. It makes my job a whole lot easier, and, you know, just keep it up. Like I said, I've been really happy with the amount of feedback that we've been able to get for everybody, and the improvements that like I said, the level design from week 1 to week 3, I think has been like a huge increase. Just on everybody kind of stepped their game up. So
yeah.
And I absolutely agree with everybody working together as a team, even though we're competing as level creators. It's really, there is sort of a camaraderie even within the competition. Everybody's helping each other out for the most part, and yeah, we just want to have a good race.
Tell me tonight, which, outside of your own level, obviously, which one was your favorite?
That would have to be the upside down hat one. Who was that? Was that Draculanterns?
Yeah, that was Draculanterns.
Yeah, that one I thought was pretty cool. I didn't know about that. I guess I did know about it. I just didn't realize I knew it. But whenever I tested his out, originally there wasn't the part that taught you that mechanic at the beginning. I mean. And so I had just like come up with some weird cheese to get through that, and I thought that was the intended like method. I was damage boosting through it, and I was like barely making it every time, and trying to give him advice based on that. And he's like, "Wait a sec, that's not how you're supposed to do it." And so, I see that he redesigned it now to teach you how the dropped boots can hit note blocks and stuff. So, but yeah, I really like that level. That was fun. I like the two different themes to it, and then how they reuse what he taught you throughout the level for the boss fight at the end. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it's interesting to see like the different evolutions of how like a level like evolves through testing. I know, like I said, I've never created a level before, and so this whole process to me was like new, and like, you know, you create a level and you think like, oh, this is fine, you know, there's gonna be no issues here, and then 5 or 6 people pick up on like 10 different things. I know that was one with Drac, where I was like, I don't get what I'm supposed to do here, you know, like what am I supposed to do with this boot? And like as you progress, I was kind of telling, you know, GrandPOOBear, it's kind of like you're taking notes through all this, and then you get the final test at the end in that one last section where the you know, it's the kind of almost fake auto scroller where you're getting pushed through, but you got to make decisions to move on. So I really like that, where you have the learning of going on, where you pick up on things. And there was other levels too. Nosrafe's level was like that. It was easing you into like harder and harder uses of the cape.
Yep.
And teaching you along those lines, and you had the path to follow. So, and we're not looking to trick you with these levels. We're not looking to, make you mad. We're doing our best to like guide you along and hopefully, help you along that situation.
Well, we'll see. Week 4, I've heard, is the make you mad theme.
The make you mad theme.
I'm not gonna. I'll just say this. I'm just gonna say this.
No comment.
Week 4's theme is not really a theme. It's a encouragement, if anything. So I don't want to talk about week 4. I don't want to scare the racers. The last thing I need is after a great week, people are like, "Are you serious? Is this really a theme?"
Wait, so we're not given next week's theme yet? Because we hyped up Zelda. We hyped up the Zelda.
Zelda was worth hyping for. This one I want to. This is the last week. And
you're not encouraging the theme here, man.
Oh, well, here's the thing.
Get people excited for it.
I will say this.
Okay.
The theme, I'll give a hint, because I don't want to give it fully away, because week 4, I kind of want them to work for it. I don't want this theme, so I'm just going to play only these levels.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this. This theme is a theme of a level that I think, in terms of, navigation and whatnot, that a lot of people generally don't have a positive viewpoint of, because there's very few levels that really nail the overall flow of, the movement. But
I agree with your vagueness right now, actually, knowing the theme. I totally agree.
But this is kind of like a challenge to the creators to, hey, be creative. Put you in a situation where you got to make a level that's fun and, take something that's not used as often. So that's all I'll say. Take my vague, super vague words however you will. But I want to keep this week's theme on the DL just so that we have a little bit more mystery going on here.
Link, how happy are you to have the week 3 theme instead of the week 4 theme?
I guess I'm happy because I got to use my spiny concept more how I would like to use it, I guess you could say. But I would have liked either theme, I think.
Yeah.
Honestly, I like the challenge. I like.
I'm pretty excited for week 4 theme. I'm pretty excited. I gotta admit.
I just want to point something out real quick. Michael Goldfish found a little cheese there, where he got the star on that stage he's working on. And he ended up killing the enemy that he needed to bounce to unlock the door. Because in Mario RPG, you don't kill Johnny, you just beat him and he hands over the star to you. So unfortunately, he killed Johnny, and Johnny had no star for him at that point. No cheese allowed, man. That's not how it works here. That's all I was gonna say.
I think I mentioned that one in the
Pie is so proud
when we were
and
testing
I love
today.
I love how proud Pie is of it.
I'm never making another level again. This is it, man. This is all I got.
No, you gotta keep going now. You're race level extraordinaire. I'm signing you up for the Friday race this week. In
all honesty, my level is not that great. I just having fun with this. It's like when you have your kid, your first kid, and you're just bragging about it.
I get it.
It's an average kid, but to you, it's just like, man, this kid's awesome. Like this is me. I'm the proud parent, and this is fun. I'm not gonna lie. I was really excited to see how my level was gonna be received by people, good or bad. I was like, it's a really cool feeling, and I'm sure Linkums, you get to experience that each week. It's really cool to kind of see how everyone's gonna respond to your level, good or bad, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And to be honest, I really did like your level. For a first level, I was quite impressed. My first level was not anything special at all, so...
It was better than my first level. I definitely agree with that.
Alright. Anyways, thank you, Linkums, for the interview again. If you guys want to check Linkums out, he does stream.
I'm gonna
post
speedruns, casual stuff, and usually obscure things that you're gonna hate to watch.
Oh yeah! Way to sell it, Linkums.
What a absolutely.
Way to sell it, baby.
That was my what was the elevator pitch? Yeah, I learned all my stream big tips here.
Shout out to Stream Big Done That, everybody.
Absolutely. And if you want to follow me, be sure
Twitch.
to hit twitch.tv/Iateyourpie/subscribe.
The classic. I like the memes.
The meme that never ends.
Keeping it real. Thanks again, Linkums, for the time. Again, great level this week. It was nice to get into the mind of a creator. But have a good one, man, and we'll talk to you. We'll talk to you later, man. Take it easy.
All right, you too. See ya.
Take it easy.
Oh, that was great. I really, really enjoyed Linkums' level this week. I thought he had just a really, really solid level.
Yeah, like I said, in a sea of levels that were really awesome. Again, his definitely stood out of all of them. And it's not like it was like a landslide. Like I really think they were like, there's going to be people that liked a different level. Like I said, the LADX level was really, really cool. I think one of the coolest boss fights I've ever seen was that just dodging the Moldorm and whatnot. And again, just different great levels. But yeah, that one was definitely my favorite. It'll be interesting to see how the racers feel though. Like again, we see it from a very different perspective. When we're testing these levels, we're playing it from a, there's no pressure.
We're relaxed, yeah.
Yeah, and when you're racing it, it's a completely different thing. And that's what one of the things I've been telling some of the creators is that when you make this level, you can't just make it as if someone's casually playing through it and has 30 to 40 minutes to beat the level. You have to make it not frustrating so that in a 5 to 8 minute time span, they're going to completely understand concepts and not get walled by something that could be, turned from to you a really easy concept to understand, but to them it just blurs together and you get really frustrated. So, like I said, I feel like we got it, and like I said, this week has been awesome. I'm really, really happy with the results for sure. So let me just see if we got it. Rounding out, racers are finishing faster this week, which is really cool to see.